opportunity. Okay, they sit on Saturday and Sunday right there at that bus stop at the corner of Englman and Vandyke. And they sell water and they sell chips. They got their homeless and their hungry signs. You see the FEMA Role Players with their homeless and hungry cardboard signs. And they bring the kids, you know, like they're Jehovah's Witness, playing on sympathy of the public. And they sit there and they got me. I bought a $3 water knowing that I was probably getting got, okay? But I bought it anyways, and I bought it for no other reason than, you know, put it this way. While I was buying the water, their contact pulled up in a brand new fancy car to unload a whole bunch more cases of water that they bought. Mind you, they're standing there with all their kids looking pitiful with their homeless and hungry sign, selling waters and stuff because they're homeless and they're hungry, and this is supposed to try to feed them and help them get a motel. That's what they do. And you know what? I would bet they're probably operating without a license or a permit. Okay, yep, there they go. They probably pulled that wagon from the Centerline community centers where they probably pulled it from. And so they're out there ready to set up shop again. I don't know what's in the wagon, how much supplies they do or do not have with them. Maybe their Homeland contact is going to roll up in another shiny new car and drop off a whole shit ton of cases of chips and water and stuff for them to. Let's go ahead and take a walk over there so we can get them real good. So, I'm coming back up here tomorrow to try to get this phone again. And we're going to watch the PSYOP unfold tomorrow. We're going to see what kind of rules changed then. And, you know, and I think he's full of shit that he only has one smartphone left, too. And the reason why I think that, see, that's the reason. That's the reason I asked him, what time should I be here tomorrow? I wanted to see if he was going to say, well, we open at 9. However, I'm not sure if the delivery will have been made and if the, or not. So, but that's not what he said. He said they're open at 9, so anytime 9 or after. Maybe the delivery comes at night, in the middle of the night while everybody's sleeping. Maybe. So they'll be there by 9. Let's see what's in this. Okay. No supplies in it today. But, I've paused it just to make sure the public can get a real good look. These are the Homeland contracted FEMA role players that work the corner at the bus stop at Englman and Vandyke in Centerline, Michigan, USA, with their homeless and hungry signs, okay, and their Homeland contact rolls up and drops off cases and cases and cases of water. Okay, so resuming. Yeah, them are the same people that got me for, those are the same people that got me for $3. What it was I bought a water for $1, and then I gave them $2 to help them out. So, you know, and I'm going to tell you what, every goddamn dollar, nickel, and dime, these fucking Homeland contracted operatives and role players steal from me. Like, Jennifer out there in her nightgown took that bitch in the store and bought her something to wear so she wouldn't have to be out there in a nightgown. Okay? Bitch still out there in the fucking nightgown. okay? You better believe I'm tallying up every last nickel, dime, penny, and dollar that these people steal from me. So that's what these are, and they bring their kids on these Homeland operative FEMA role-playing missions with them to stand here and commit a crime and con the general public, the tax-paying public, like the con artists, the federal funded con artists that they are already they're already getting paid. They're getting paid by the same people that the taxpayers are paying to pay them. Okay, they're already getting your money. Okay, and then they turn around and that's what they do. Then they are assigned to FEMA contracted role-playing operations where they're supposed to stand here and con the public out of more money. And they got me for $3 and it's They got me for $3 and it's going to cost every single American a whole lot more than $3 with tax and interest included. Okay, just to get real, for identification purposes, this fucking criminal stole my $3 as FEMA contracted role player, and I'm gonna tell you what, it's gonna cost every single American. Okay, we're gonna multiply that $3 by a million, and we're gonna add tax and interest. That's what you're gonna pay me, America. And I'm taking it out on your fucking lives. I'm taking it out on your fucking lifestyle. And I'm taking it out on your children's fucking future. Because you don't have enough money to pay me. Okay, probably. Oh, okay, let's back that up a minute. What is your name? My name is Ash. Ash, nice. A lot more than the $3 it cost for me. Lived on the other side of that traffic light. Operative that he is to do. Okay, right across the street from me, having a hop up there with Mo and them. Okay, they probably pulled that wagon from the Centerline community centers to stand here and commit a crime and con the general public, the tax-paying public, like the con artists, the federal funded con artists that they are already they're already getting paid. They're getting paid by the same people that the taxpayers are paying to pay them. Okay, they're already getting your money. Okay, and then they turn around and that's what they do. Then they are assigned to FEMA contracted role-playing operations where they're supposed to stand here and con the public out of more money. And they got me for $3 and it's They got me for $3 and it's going to cost every single American a whole lot more than $3 with tax and interest. Included. Find the spot that I want. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to keep my hand steady. There we go. Let me try to steady my hands. That ought to be good for facial recognition to run through. That's what we do. Got it. Got to make sure that the facial recognition can read their faces. That's the purpose. Okay. It's going to cost a whole lot more than the $3 it cost for me. That's what they do. I've been saying I was going to get them. And here they are. They've walked right up here and played right into my hands. So, now, since we got the video rolling, I'm going to show you where the Somali role players that they had following me live. Okay? Now, let me tell you about that. I was coming this way. I was walking down that next street over there, which is Harding, across the street from the dirtball who I recorded on the phone, who got told off, up there with Mo and them at the auto shop. Okay, I told you about the dirtball who said he had rooms for rent and then abused the use of my phone number to call me up and sexually exploit me with his filthy, disgusting mind, just as he was contracted as the Homeland operative that he is to do. Okay, right across the street from him is this house. I think they're Somalis. They may be Nigerian, but I'm pretty sure they're probably Somalis. They're bringing them in by the UN human trafficking boatload also. Okay. So I was walking down Harding this same direction. Well, where I was just sitting back there when I was first sitting after I came out, when we saw... Just to pause this for a minute, this dirtball Al. Okay, look how God lined this up today. Happy birthday to me. See, this is all being cut from like an hour and a half video that started with Ash at Total Singular. Okay, and then when I came out of Total Singular, well, there I saw the whole family at Eager Contracted Role Players who conned me out of $3. Okay, and then as I was walking here, then guess what? Then I saw the other fucking asshole who stole $10 from me by purposely and intentionally selling me a burnt out juicer that he made look brand new. We get down to that. At the same time, guess who came rolling up on his e-bike? The dirtball Al. Okay, that I was just talking about, that abused my phone number to try to exploit me. So, so you'll get to see exactly how these retards respond when somebody says they're a traffic missing person. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful how God lined this up. I said I was going to get their pictures. I said it. These role players. Okay, I came walking from that way to here, and he was sitting there where I was originally sitting a few minutes ago, waiting for me. And then when he saw me, he got behind me. And I did to him what I did to the Homeland contracted operative from the auto shop the other day, who ended up having to hop that 8-foot chain link fence. I got behind him. And he was in front of me, and he was paranoid, and he was holding his phone like I am now to use as a mirror to see behind him, to see if I was still there and what I'm doing. And I took some pictures of him. One picture was deleted right in front of my face a couple nights ago, and this is the fucking problem that we're having with these terrorists who think they can invade my privacy and invade my private property, and there not be consequences for every single American's dumb child and grandchild. Okay? Told you I'm going on an on-foot operation, and that's what I just fucking did, and recorded the whole thing. So, anyways, I followed him right up to his door, okay, and, what they're doing is they got all these houses around here, and they, a lot of these houses were originally, like when my mother was like 3 and 4 years old and lived on the other side of that traffic light. The second house off the corner of Vandyke on Englman, like back in 1953 and 1954. Okay, going way back then, a lot of these houses were two-family flats, which kind of just got converted into single-family housing as one big house throughout the decades. Well, now that America's running the housing PSYOP that they're running, and you will own nothing and you will love it, and the federal government has bought up just about any and all private property that there is, and now they're trying to get people into these homeland-controlled housing under civilian cover fronts like Dawn and Ty Mars with Great Oaks Housing. Okay, it's a human trafficking operation. It's a FEMA contracted operation for role-playing and human trafficking. You're either one of two things. You either are a role player already, and that's why you get placed there for housing, or you're being recruited, and after about 30 days, if they decide you don't make the cut, that's when they steal your rent and claim you didn't pay rent or find another reason to manufacture to get rid of you, which is what happens to me. Or you're the one being trafficked, which is always me. So, hi. There he is, Dirtball. How are you? There he is, that's Dirtball Ale. Okay. And that's the guy who stole my money from the juicer. That guy sitting on that porch right there. See, that's the house right there. And the address is 8192 Harding. That's one, okay. And then we got this guy here sitting on the porch in the orange shirt. Okay, in that corner house. I'm gonna come back and get a better one of his anyways. But he had a garage sale a couple weeks ago, and he had an electric orange juicer. How you doing, kiddo? I'm fine. How are you? Good. All right. I ain't seen you in a little bit. I haven't really been out and about around here in a while. Okay. Pausing to get a real good look for identity purposes. This is the disgusting dirtball, Homeland contracted operative, okay, who tried to sexually exploit me with his filthy, dirty, disgusting mind after we exchanged phone numbers for no other reason than he said he rents rooms and he owns 2 houses and he's buying a third on Harding. And I told him I'm not interested in renting anything right now. I'm comfortable where I'm at. However, I would like to take your phone number as a possible needed resource in the future. I may need to take you up on that. And he thought it was okay to call me like at 9:30 at night, that night, and sexually exploit me. And then ask me what's going on with women my age and menopause and things like that. Well, it ain't got nothing to do with menopause, okay? I'm not an American. I don't live a standard American lifestyle. I don't go through the manufactured menopause, and I don't get manufactured PMS either. Okay, and what it is this guy's a disgusting dirtball loser, and he's a drunk. He pulls a whiskey bottle out of his pocket right there in the middle of broad daylight in front of your face. You can't even stand there and have an intelligent adult conversation with another adult for what is 5 or 10 minutes without a drink. He's disgusting, as you're going to see more of now. It was a missed call from me, and what it was I was calling somebody else and thought they were the last number dialed. And then apparently yours was the last number. And then, like, I hung up real quick. But I guess it showed up. Well, that's... And I had to think that. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. I forget who I was trying to call. But, you know what, I don't use the phone that much. So without thinking, I just redialed him. And then I was like, oh, shit. I tried to stop it. They had that beer fest over there. They had bands and all that. It was pretty cool. Oh. Where was that? Centerline Park? Yes, Memorial Park. Heck, if I would have thought about it, I said, hey, why don't you come on over, sit down, just hang out. It's kind of cool. Here we go. No, I don't. Huh? I don't hang out. Just, I mean, socialize with a bunch of different people. I don't. I don't. I'm going to tell you, I'm not here for that. I get you. And I hate this society, and I hate these people more than anything. I mean, I'm going to tell you what, I hate Americans. There are no words that can describe how much I hate. I'm Global Missing Persons Alert, Interpol Yellow Notice number 21-22733, and I'm here as a UN international. Yes, well, I'm here, and I'm going to tell you what, every single American is going to pay for their crimes, including the crimes of my missing daughter, the crimes that pay for their CIA manufactured sports media and entertainment that fills the voids of their empty, meaningless, pathetic lives. I was born one of the most powerful and most protected people in the world, and I am the reason that you are now at war that started in 2020, that they've been hiding from you. You're a tax-paying voter. Yeah, the enablers and the funders. Okay, this war. Okay. Sound like a terrorist. Oh, I'm on the. Let's stop right there. This dirtball just told me I sound like a terrorist. No, it's counterterrorism, dirtball. It's counterterrorism against you and against your targeted kidnapping, trafficking, murdering, terrorist society in which he is a terrorist Homeland FEMA contracted terrorist. Now watch how these disgusting, filthy, dumb Americans. So, okay, now this guy, it's not even about obstruction of justice with him because he's a role player. Okay, he's straight up contracted with the United States federal government. And he's getting executed on a fucking treason charge like the rest of you contracted operatives and role players who in all your unimportance is as unimportant as you know that you are, you're being executed for your crimes of kidnapping, human trafficking, murder, and treason. Now this operation, this Hillary Pfizer operation for these entertainment industry contracts in 2018, it started out with 4,000 people. They've recruited 2,000 from 2018 till now. And in addition, there are another 4,000, both civilian and non, who are being arrested, who are on the international court's arrest list. They're being arrested, and they are being charged, and they are being executed for their one small part in their role in obstructing justice to conceal and protect crimes of kidnapping, human trafficking, murder, and terrorism in which real people are missing, real people are dead, and real people, including myself, have been hurt. That's the reason why I pause and I zoom in for facial recognition. Patriot Act list. That's how America keeps people hostages. No, I'm here. I'm here. Yes, I am. I'm Interpol Yellow Notice number 21. Go ahead, gaslight me like every other. Go ahead, gaslight me. Gaslight me. That's all you people know how to do. So that was him. That was the one that got recorded. So, boy, this turned out to be a really good day. And so the other dirt ball on that porch that he was talking to on the corner of that street, which I'm going to go back and get a better shot of that another time. He had a garage sale, and he had an electric orange juicer. And it was in the box and everything, and it was all clean, shiny, brand new. Inside was wrapped in the cellophane. He had the cord wrapped up like they come brand new with like a brand new black shiny twist tie. This guy went to a whole lot of work and effort to make that juicer look brand new. And he stole my $10. And when I plugged the juicer in and went to use it, it didn't work. So another friend of mine who is a mechanic said, well, he said, probably it's a switch or something he can fix internally. He took it apart. He said, hell no. He said, this motherfucker used the shit out of this. And, right, see this house? That is 8322. And we got 8332. And this is Central. Okay, well, that's a whole nother. Those are more contracted operatives, and that's what I said the other day on the phone. There was going to be another story that was going to lead me off track, and I would come back to it. So, okay, I almost was murdered in that house. Right there, the house. Right there, I was almost murdered in that house 2 weeks ago. The guy, he had me on the couch, and he was over me, and he was screaming, I will cut your fucking head off. Well, his next door neighbor is Marcia, who he's contracted under. She's Homeland. And I met him because he was having a garage sale. Anyways, back to the other guy. The guy used the juicer, burnt it up. The motor was all... Okay, this is where they split the videos up. So I gotta... Bear with me. Burnt inside everything. And he cleaned it up, he shined it up, and he stole my fucking $10. It's gonna cost him. It's going to cost him a whole lot more than $10. It's going to cost him a lot more than me. So these people over here, this guy, okay, his name is Mark Fires. Mark Fryer. Fire. Okay. And he had stuff. That's Fires. Mark Fires. And just for specific identification, I will include his phone number, along with all of his habitual text messages, because I'm going to be going back down that street and getting a better view, a full-on clear view of his house and that Marcia's house with the address. And his last name is Fires. I believe it's spelled F-Y-E-R-S. Okay, I'm not exactly sure, but, that's why people have phone numbers. They don't use your name doesn't identify you anymore. Your phone number does. Out there for sale like he does now. And he was in a really bad way, worried he's going to lose his house. His car was broke. He don't have money to fix the car. He had no way to pay his bills. He was hungry. I bought some stuff from him. And then I took somebody else over there who bought a couple $100 worth of stuff from him and was going to give him some a job to do that would last for a few days, and he could have made several $100s. But the person I took over there knew him from like 30 years ago, and he said, that guy's a real drunken loser. And he had offered me a room to rent. He offered me his basement, which is beautiful. It's completely finished. The kitchen, a living room area, a bedroom of it, so everything. He said I could have that, or I could have any one of the 3 bedrooms he has upstairs. And I told him no. I said I will, like I told this dirtball, that I will keep him in mind and I will keep his contact information. in case I ever need to take him up on that in the future. But at this time, I'm not interested. And so anyways, I had taken some food back for him. And the guy was drunk. And the person that I took over there, who said he knew him from 30 years ago, and he said that he had knocked the guy out and had to bust him in his face and put him flat on his back. And I said, well, and I actually said, well, you know what? I said, things happen in 30 years. People grow up, people mature. I said, you're probably not the same person you were 30 years ago. And, you know, and this guy here, the inside of his house is beautiful. And he's really, really a highly intelligent and a highly creative guy. And I said, you know, somebody doesn't just establish that for themselves by being a drunken loser. And even if he is a drunkard and he's drunk all day, every day, well, you know, there's a certain level of respect that you got to give to drunkards and drug addicts who get up every day. They go to work. They make their own money. They own their own home. They own their own car. They own all their own shit. And they don't need nothing from nobody. Okay? They've kind of earned the right to be a drunkard or a drug addict in their own home. Okay? That's the way I see it. And anyway, so I had taken him some food. And he was very grateful. And he was almost crying. And he was talking about he was going to kill himself and all this. And all he wanted somebody to do was really sit and listen to him play the piano. And I did. I sat and I listened to him play the piano for about an hour. And it just like really lit this guy up. And he was like, he's drunk. You can hardly even understand him when he talks. But, and he had, you know, he had told me, oh, I really appreciate that you have time and that you listen to me play the piano. If you ever need anything and this and that. Well, his neighbor, Marcia, who he was telling me about, that he had been in a relationship with 17 years, which I'm told by intelligence that it's not actually 17 years, that it's actually 7 years. And he was stretching the truth a little bit. I don't know these people otherwise. One way to know what's true and what's not. So Marcia is the same one who was following me one day. And I can't remember exactly where we were, the circumstances. But she looked just like, and it's not Margaret Williams, but she looked, okay, there's Mike Mattia. Okay. I'm probably going to, I'm going to have to screenshot this so I can blow it up later. Let me see. Okay, I'm not able to reach the buttons in this folder right now. I'll just have to go through the videos. Okay, that's Mike Mattia. He's another one that's Homeland contracted. And he's the one that I said I'm not real clear if it's, I know, I've been told he's contracted with Warren PD. And being that he lives in Centerline, and Centerline basically is Warren, okay, it's a PSYOP. It's probably Centerline PD too, and he may or may not be contracted with Macomb County. So that's Mike Mattia, and he's another one that thinks he knows everything because he doesn't know nothing at all except for what these terrorists have told him about me. While he also slanders my name, and he's way too intrusive, and he's way too nosy with his Bible under his arm. It's all a front.